Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendoma Zenamdi Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN EKPA Simon Ojukwu, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands Biafra is coming. In your hands Biafra is safe. And in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. When I say the people, I mean the men, the women, the children, the old, the young, the sick, the poor, the mild, the gentle, the civilized and uncivilized, those born around Biafra and those born in the bite of Biafra. We shall all come together under one voice, under one accord, praising the Lord, thanking the God of Biafra for giving us this day, the day of redemption, the day of the birth of a new nation, or should I say the rebirth of a nation, because Biafra existed from 1967 to 1970. My fellow Biafrans and people all across the world listening to the sound of my voice, today, I want to call on Bianca Ojukwu, the mother of Biafra, a lady we love, a lady who was once the first lady of Biafra, a lady who was the helper, a companion to our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu. Today, I want to call on Bianca Ojukwu to be careful. And also, I want to say that our sister, KENEDY Ohanenye, was set up. The then Minister of Women Affairs in Nigeria was set up. There was a loan taken by the Nigerian government for the Woman Project. They called it the Nigerian for Women Project. Initially, the Buhari government took the loan to be to the tune of $100 million. But when the Tinubu government came in, they used our sister's office, KENEDY. They used the office to increase the loan to $500 million. My people, I'm going somewhere with this one. I'm going somewhere with this. At the end of this analysis, if you don't see my YouTube channel again, if you don't see me on social media again, because we know the zoo, they will attack this channel to bring it down. If you don't see this platform again, all you have to do is go back to YouTube and search for Biafra Superstars Media. I will open a brand new channel. I don't give a damn, and the zoo cannot stop this voice. If you have noticed, all the Biafrans who are in the media, they've been shutting us down one after the other. Whenever we make a breaking news, they go all out to bribe YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and the rest to shut us down. But what's so funny is somebody like Mayegu General, my good friend. Mayegu General can every night insult the Zoo government and their politicians, but his channel is still up and running. But the moment the Biafrans speak, the moment the Biafrans and the media warriors speak, the Zoo government, they panic and they shut us down. So today I'm declaring, because this video will be a ground-changing video. If you don't see me again on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and the rest of them, don't panic. All you have to do is search for Biafra Superstars Media. I shall open a new channel that same day. with that same name because I don't care about the revenues from these platforms. I am here to speak for Biafra. I am here to speak for justice. And I am here to speak for my people. Even those who are politicians in that zoo, even though we have warned them to wash their hands off, but they still choose to party around with the zoo government. But just because by birth they are Biafrans, it is my duty to speak on their behalf. So today, my people, I want you all to know that the woman you are seeing here, she has lost her ministerial position in Nigeria as the Minister of Women Affairs of Nigeria. I want you to know that she did a great job. When you saw her panicking, shouting, shutting down events, you guys did not know what was happening. I believe she's a a graduate from law or whatever. She's a lawyer by profession. I believe so. And she wouldn't allow herself, her name, her position to be used and dumped. But sadly, that was exactly what they did. So before we play or discuss her in depth, I want to call on Bianca Ojukwu that yes, we know they have given you a new position, which is the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. By proxy, you are a junior minister to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, known as Yusuf Tuga. To Bianca Ojukwu, I want you to know that the intention of the Nigerian government is to use you, being the wife of Ojukwu, as the mouthpiece to counter whatever we, the Biafrans, we are doing. They know that from the 2nd of December, we are declaring Biafra. And Tinubu being who he is, the Jagaban being who he is, he has decided to cajole you into this role. I won't ask you to stop or take or ignore that role. It's not my duty to do that. But all I want to say is you're going to be used to go against our Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because their plan is whenever they go to the Commonwealth, to the UN, to the EU, and the rest, Mr. Yusuf Tuga will present a case and then usher you in to defend Nigeria. Your role will be to say, yes, your husband was the one that started the Biafran war. Your husband, Ojukwu, was the one that declared Biafra. But today, you being the wife of Ojukwu, you are declaring that you believe in one Nigeria. Also, I want you to know that on the 7th of November, mark that word or that date, on the 7th of November, something will happen in Yoruba land. What they want to do is to assemble all the Yoruba elders, all the monarchs, and they want to reintegrate themselves back into Nigeria. We know that the amalgamation of Nigeria expired in 2014, but the Yorubas and their elders, they want to sign a new document. They want to renew the document. This time, it will not be the people of Yoruba, but their elders, their leaders, the Obas and the rest of them. Those will be the ones that will sign that document on the 7th of November. From the Biafran side, we are yet to hear what Ohanese they are up to. We don't know their game. We don't know their plans. They've been silent on this. But on the 7th of November is the date for the Yorubas. If you doubt me, do your research. 7th of November, something will happen in Yoruba land. Also from the Biafran side, they have now given our sister, our mother, Bianca, a job role to be the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, which means she's now a junior staff. She's working under Yusuf Tuga. Without any much further ado, my people, I want to show you how our sister, KENEDY, or her name, was used and dumped. But she stood up fighting. She stood up fighting because the Tinubu government, they went to World Bank and they took $500 million. $500 million. With the belief that they were using it for the Nigerian Women Affairs Project. Nigeria for Women Project. $500 million. And when she insisted on seeing how that money was spent, they shut her down. Without any much further ado, my people, I want us to listen to this video where a key act was exposed in this video. If you are ready, let's go there. Listen.
It's good news for Nigerian women as the Nigeria for Women Project, NFWP, a strategic long-term engagement between the World Bank and the government of Nigeria to support the government's goal of ensuring gender equality, has been upscaled from $100 million to $500 million. NFWP is a flagship project of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, and it has an objective of supporting improved livelihoods for women in targeted communities of Nigeria. However, the first phase of the long-term engagement between the federal government of Nigeria and the World Bank is currently running over a 5-year period. The project introduces women affinity groups, WAGs, in a very distinctive way, starting with 6 states to prove that these platforms can be the base for layering livelihood support. Well, joining us now on the show is KENEDY, the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs. Good morning and a very warm welcome to the morning.
Good morning to you, madam. But please, before you speak, I just want to break it down a little bit. They said the project has been upped. It's been increased from $100 million to $500 million. And this will kick off with 6 states. This is my role in the Western world. This is what I do. I keep telling you that some of these people, they come to the Western world seeking for loan. We are one of those they need to go through. And there's something they call the piloting scheme. When you come with a business case to seek this loan, during the approval stage, there must be what we call a piloting scheme. A pilot scheme. And for the Nigerian government, please take note. According to them, from what I've just heard now, the pilot scheme was to take place with 6 states. Within 3 months, within 5 months, we will now see how the piloted scheme is going. And once it is going fine and well, we can now disburse the complete $500 million. Underline the words 6 states, piloted scheme, 6 states. This is how it's done in the Western world. We don't give you all the money to carry out the project. You must run a piloted scheme. If you claim Nigeria is 36 states at the claim, a piloted scheme will be done from 6 states, handpicked sometimes by the creditor. 6 states. Underline it down because this will become a key point in this discussion. Let's continue.
First, Honorable Minister, we'd like you to tell us about this Nigeria for Women project. And then tell us the 6 states that are being used as the pilot states. This state, 6. I hope they are in the 6 geopolitical zones. And then we understand that there is an upscale from $100 million to $500 million for the benefit of Nigerian women. When Nigerians hear that more money has been put into a project, the logical question is accountability. We hope that this $100 million to $500 million, we hope that there will be structures in place to make sure that this $500 million, when we ask you to account for, the administration, we will have concrete facts. These are the issues. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's good to see you again. About Nigeria for Women project, let me first tell Nigerian women to clap for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who came in after the first $100 million had been expended. That was when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in.
Hold it there. Now she's playing to the gallery, but she's being smart because she's a lawyer. She said they should clap for President Tinubu, who came in when the first $100 million has been expended. They've spent it. That was when he now came in. He came in and said, no, the money is too small. We must increase it to $500 million. So now she's using psychology to say we should clap. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. As a lawyer, she's being smart here by saying they should clap for President Tinubu. But don't forget, they asked her to name the 6 states. Let's continue and see her response.
When he came in, he looked at it with me, and we were not satisfied with how the 100 million was used. Let me make it clear. This is not a grant, it's a loan. And when some monies are loans, they must have to be managed well so that the loan can be paid back.
It is not a grant, it is a loan. It means that zoo called Nigeria took a loan for 500 million through this woman's ministerial, proposition. They took a loan. They are soliciting a loan of $500 million. Jagaban, don't joke with small cash. The Buhari government took 100 million. Jagaban is saying, no, that's chicken change. We are going for 500 million. Let's continue.
Don't manage it well. How do we pay back the loan? And when money is a loan, we expect whoever you are giving loan should be allowed to utilize that loan properly in a way that it can yield back the money to be paid. So Nigeria will not continue owing all the time. So the first 100 million, when I came in, I was not satisfied. It didn't go well with the vision of the new president, the renewed hope agenda. It was mainly used for advocacies, meetings, consultancies, and that was it.
Hold it there. The first loan, see how they waste money in that zoo called Nigeria. The first loan taken by Buhari, that dirty stinking fool, it was used for what? Meetings, advocacy, and the rest of them. That was how they spent $100 million. Now you will see why this woman was going to those meetings, some of those meetings, and shouting and shutting them down. You call her a mad woman. You said she's stupid, she's arrogant. No. She saw what was going on even in her own government, because those meetings that those women were organizing, saying is for the women affairs. If she allows it to go through, they will now tender the report to Jagaban's government. They will now claim they spent at least 250 million for those meetings. That was why you saw her in the last few weeks. She will go to meetings, she will stop it and say, this meeting will not hold. It must go through me. It must go through me. Some of you didn't understand why she was shouting. You didn't understand why she was losing her head. She was losing her cool. You guys did not understand. But me, because I am in the Western world, my job, bro, partakes to give out loans to some of these third world countries. I saw what she was doing there because she knows those itineraries. Hosting of a, they call it a different names, a workshop, a symposium, a think tank group. You spend 100 million for a workshop. And she said, no, I did not authorize those meetings, those seminars. That is how the Nigerian government, they steal the money they take from loan. Because they will not claim all the expenses. They will take pictures as proof that those meetings were held. Those seminars were held. Those workshops were held. They will now bill the government 100 million, 200 million. At the end, the government, they will go behind and pay those people, but take the money back. That was why she was going to those meetings, shutting them down. If you remember, people were calling her mad. She was crazy. No, she wasn't. She was going there to shut down those meetings so that it would not hold. She even arrested one of the women hosting such a meeting in that zoo called Nigeria. Because she knew their plan. That if she allows them to hold the meeting, they will go behind their back to the government to take pictures, to show them proof that such a meeting was held, and government will now pay them big money, but behind closed doors, they will go through the back door and refund the money to the government to share. Then your zoo government, your dirty gutter zoo government, will now take those pictures. They will take the handouts and bring to the Western world, to World Bank, and say, oh, for the past 6 months, this was how we spent the first money in the piloted scheme for the 6 states. Now, to show you that she wasn't aware of this blueprint because it was done behind the back, I want you to see what she would do next. Listen, please, listen. I am not here to just play any kind of video. Listen to my analysis. I'm making this video based on my analysis. I'm not here to just play you a video to watch. Listen to my analysis.
It amongst the states but remember, the project is called Nigeria for Women Project. It's supposed, to me, the way I understand things, it's supposed to be meant for project. So, fortunately, that's why I said Nigerian women should clap for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He quickly I raised a new structure, how that money will be utilized, so that there won't be more issues of advocacies, meetings, and consultancies, which to me is a way of lavishing the money.
God bless this woman. So she now came up with a blueprint and made sure that any so-called advocacy meeting or whatever or catch-up they are doing will not go on or fly in her own office. Because that was the way they wasted or they intend to waste the money. She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. But I'm going somewhere with this. I am going somewhere with this. Listen.
So we took the new structure to him. He looked at it and he signed the memo, approving it for restructure. I quickly wrote to Minister of Finance, whom I am standing here to say thank you to the kind of support Minister of Finance, Wale Idun, has been giving to Minister of Women Affairs, to women generally, because he dances the music Mr. President is playing. So I took it to him, and I'm waiting for it to be restructured, because as far as Nigerian women are concerned, we cannot work with the former structure. That former structure was there, and women continued suffering. $500 million is not a small amount of money. I can assure you it can change the lives of every woman that is vulnerable in this country. And I've planned myself from Federal Minister of Women Affairs, awaiting the new structure. What did I do? I opened a portal from Minister of Women Affairs we've started on onboarding women from all the communities. I partnered with the traditional rulers. I partnered with my people. You know, I have commissioners across the nation, and they started onboarding the vulnerable women from communities, those that actually need that money. Because sometimes people don't understand. They look at women affairs as where you come, you call for meeting of elites. You know, these heavy women, they come for meeting and you share the money. They do all kinds of traveling. These were things I met there. But to me, as a lawyer that I am, that is not the work of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. The work of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs is to protect and secure and empower the women, change their lives. That is it. So we've planned the restructure, taken to Mr. President, he has signed. So now, Nigerian women have come together. We're no more naive like we used to be.
Listen.
We have decided not to continue suffering. 10% of women own properties in Nigeria, which is too bad. So we have shined our eyes. We have decided that as far as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said from the onset, allow the poor to breathe. Do not suffocate the poor. And this money is called Nigeria for Women Project. That is exactly and only what it will be used for.
Hold it there. You see how she's being smart? She will praise Jagaban, but she now emphasizes the purpose of the money, which is Nigeria for Women Project Affairs or whatever. $500 million. Maybe not think I'm now. That one alone can solve the problem in the educational sector of that so-called Nigeria. But the claim is for women affairs. The money was so gigantic. So she has to make sure she had no stone unturned. She was careful. She was meticulous in her approach. She came up with a portal to show every payment, every penny spent will reflect in the portal. But unfortunately, she was wasting her time. We're getting there. Listen.
Thing will be totally unacceptable by women. And as far as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had signed a memo to that effect, I don't see anywhere any human being, be you who, can change it. They said the worst thing that can happen to you is the wrath of a woman. So I don't even believe anyone. And we have the Minister for Finance, who is a he for she, who wants women's life to be changed. So I believe in a short while, the restructuring will be done. I want to equally let Nigerians know there are so many, we've made mistakes. Sometimes we sit down, we blame the president, we blame the government. All of us, we've all made mistakes.
Listen.
But it is time to correct that mistake. Why did I say that? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants everything done right. He's the kind that if he gives you a job, he gives you the leverage to do that job.
Listen.
Make your mistakes if need be. Correct yourself, but think out of the box to do your work or you get sacked. So I thank him for that. That's why I'm calling on Nigerians. Let us change our mindset. Let me use the example of what do you call them? The PAMSECs. Each time you hear PAMSEC and minister are having issues, you sit down, you call yourself
Listen.
ministry. This is a ministry. This is a loan being collected. Now this is NGO. When you are applying for loan, you apply for advocacy, you apply for consultancies, you apply for things that will not be physically noticed. Nigerians cannot say, what have you done with the money? The next thing you hear them say, it is not what it is written for.
Listen.
They didn't write, I should empower people. Who wrote that thing? Who applied for that loan? Who applied for the grant? Why should you apply for something that will not favor your country? So left to me, if you apply for that loan and you go to write it advocacies and meetings, if anybody should be charged to court
Hello,
and taken
Madam
out,
Minister.
that is taken out for it.
Hello, madam.
Yes, please.
Hold it. Now, even though Ruben Abati is about to ask a very important question, he kind of cut her short when she was now speaking through to power. Who went to take that loan? What was it signed for? What was the intention of the loan? If you go against the so-called contract or intention of the loan, then you'll be held accountable. Suddenly, Dr. Ruben Abati stepped in. He interjected to stop her in her tracks. But also he asked a very, very important question. Because you see, Reuben has been in government. He has worked with Goodluck Jonathan. He knows how they roll there. He knows to an extent, you might be a minister with portfolio, but when such a gigantic project is about to take place, you won't even know anything about it. It will go through your nose. They will just come to you and ask you to sign a document without going through the proposals or even the business case. So listen, please. You guys should listen to the question that Reuben Abati will ask her. That's to show you that even though she is the minister, she is not taking the leadership. She doesn't own that project. It was a charade, a 419 against her office. They used her, but she was smart. She is very, very smart because she has laid down her own principles down, but she was used. Listen to the question of Reuben Abati. Let's go there.
Okay, we get your point.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. If anybody should be taken out.
No, hold on, madam. We heard you clearly.
Can you?
Yes. Can you hear us from the studio in Lagos? I wanted you to identify.
Why not? I can hear you.
Yeah. I want you to identify those 6 states that we referred to in the introduction. Those 6 states where, you have the pilot programs.
Hold it there. Now, Reuben Abati, just to test her level of involvement in that project or in that quest to go and take that loan, he now asked her a very peculiar question. Very, very important. Because if you are going for a loan and the scheme is to pilot for 6 states, the agreement was 6 states. To pilot this thing, we shall give you $500 million. But in the project startup, the pilot scheme will involve 6 states. If she was really involved, if the Tinubu she was praising all this while was fair to allow her to do her job because she is the Minister of Women's Affairs, whatever, it means if somebody is going for loan, it should be her that is going for a loan. Not the president, not the cabal, not those running the presidency, not the Minister of Foreign Affairs or the Minister of Finance. No, it should be her saying, look, in this my ministry, we want to do this project. This is the business case. We need $500 million. $500 million is not 5,000 naira. $500 million is not even 5 million naira. $500 million is not 500 million naira. $500 million. It means the 6 states that were supposed to be used in the pilot scheme must be written in gold. It must be etched in stones. It must be something that even when she wakes up, she can mention them. Because that's her project, her baby project. The biggest expenditure ever to be done by the Ministry of Women Affairs in that so-called Nigeria. So she must know it. But unfortunately, because she has nothing to do with it, I will tell you why they sacked her. She has nothing to do with it. She has no inner information about it. All she knows is, hey, President Tok say we are using your ministry to get $500 million. When it comes, we go support you well. We go bless your ministry. Your ministry will do well. Just don't worry. It is coming. It's coming. Pray. Pray to God, though. It is coming. But she is smart. She now went to create a portal for the $500 million. How it will be expended. She's being smart, being a lawyer. But I want you to see how they played her, because this man now asked her the most important question. If you say you wanted 500 million, dollars, and there is a project you want to do for the women, known as the Nigerian for Women project, you went to World Bank to get $500 million. Oh my God, God have mercy. Nigeria is gone. That zoo is gone. If you really went to World Bank, you, my sister, Uju Kennedy, I know deep inside though, I know you are not involved in it. I know how government work. We've seen these guys come to take loan, and for the, their private room, they are typing out a business case. Oh, God have mercy. Let us hear a response when Dr. Ruben Nabati asked her to mention the 6 states that will commence the pilot scheme. Listen to our response. Very, very sad.
If we could just list them so that we can move on.
The 6 states are Yes, I will mention the few because I don't really know all of it. Niger.
You don't know the 6 states where you're having the program?
I don't know all of. No, listen to me, my dear brother.
Hold it there, my sister. I understand you are trying to help the government here. You don't know the 6 states where you're having your program? Oh God, Nigeria. And people say they believe in Nigeria. People say they believe, they say God bless Nigeria. Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. They believe in Nigeria. A criminal enterprise that took $500 million for the women affairs. The pilot scheme was for 6 states. And our sister here, who is the Minister for Women Affairs, she wasn't even made aware of the 6 states. But she's here now trying to freestyle from her mind. She is doing guesswork. She did do guesswork here. She wants to protect the image of the zoo government. She's trying to hide from the answer. But Dr. Ruben Nabati is, he's a seasoned journalist. He's seasoned. He knows his onion. So he went back to that place when go wake the woman, where she no go fit answer. It's only if you are involved that you will know those answers. But in zoo, what they do is expo now. They just go there behind closed doors. The cabal will discuss, say, oh, with this the department, oh, we can get 500 million from World Bank. And they will tell her, say, come, pray for us, we are going to World Bank to go and get some loan for your department, okay? Just pray, you don't worry, money go there for you to run them. Don't worry, man, when we come back, money go there. You will run your thing well, make you no worry, madam, just they pray for us. Just they pray for us. When we come back, we get the money, we will give you some money to run your department well, your ministry, that will be funding for you. Things are done backwards in Nigeria. You are putting the horse, the cat before the horse in Nigeria. She should be the one that takes the ownership. She should be the one going for the loan to run her ministry if she has to. Not those criminals going behind her back, taking loan and forcing her to say she's the one responsible. Now she's making mistakes. Ordinarily the 6 states, 6, so she cannot mention because she wasn't there. She was not there. She was not there. Let's take it back. Very, very sad. Listen.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Take it back.
I hear you clearly.
Okay. If anybody should be taken out.
No, hold on, madam. We heard you clearly.
Can you?
Yes. Can you hear us from the studio in Lagos? I wanted you to identify.
Why not? I can hear you.
Yeah. I want you to identify those 6 states that we referred to in the introduction. Those 6 states where, you have the pilot programs. If you could just list them so that we can move on.
The 6 states are Yes, I will mention the few because I don't really know all of it. Niger.
You don't know
Abia,
the 6 states where you're having the program?
I don't know all of, no, listen to me, my dear brother, please. The 6 states now is not the issue to me. The issue to me is all the states. That is what I'm focusing on. I can't go and start focusing on the 6 states when the money coming can go around all the states, including FCT. And as I speak to you, I've moved on to start the Nigeria for Women project without the money being ready. And we've given to 15 states already. If you add the FCT that we gave the KENEDY, it makes it 16 states. So
you see what she's now doing? She's now playing to the gallery. She's pandering, trying to cover the flaws of the zoo government. A pilot scheme under your ministry. You don't know the states. Because you were not aware, you were not involved with those going to take loan under your own. Oh my God, Nigeria, shame, they shame me. They shame me. To fear quoi? Eh? And you bastards, you animals, you still believe in that zoo called Nigeria. Now God will punish you now. No wonder you guys, you're so backwards. Eh? A minister cannot tell you the 6 states that their project will be piloted on. The reason why you went to take loan from the World Bank was to pilot the scheme. The first initial payment was to pilot the scheme. And you don't even know the 6 states that the piloted scheme will start from. Don't blame her. Don't blame her. No, don't blame her because she's not involved in it. Don't blame her. I know those in the ministry, they will tell them, pray to God though. Pray to God, eh? Governor, don't go find loan, no. If you get loan for your department, pray, oh, pray. Some money go come, eh? If it come, you have to do some small thing now. On the governor level, they speak that way. On the presidential level, they say, pray to God. Some money go come. No worry, no, madam. We have gone to UN. We have gone to World World Bank. We have gone to the UNICEF to go ask for loan. Just they pray. They pray. And they'll be praying. They'll be praying to God. When the 500 million now comes, they will give her like 5 million to carry out one small thing. To go and buy bread and broom. Machine to the sew cloths. They buy like 100, they take pictures. The problem with that thing is the pictures. When they take those pictures, they will add it in their portfolio to claim, say, we have done those things. The goals that you set for us, we have met them. The KPI you gave us to this loan to get the order, because the advance fee, they've given you an initial payment. But when they give you, you will now go and do a piloted scheme of those 6 states, then come back and show them the outcome, the results. Your report card. How well did you do in the 6 states? If you did well and the World Bank now goes through it and there's an approval, they will now initiate to, pay off the whole cash. But that's the 419 they do to the World Bank, to UNICEF and the rest of them. That's the 419 they do. My people, this channel will be taken down by the zoo government. If they take it down, don't bother about it. All you have to do, please, is go back to YouTube. Just search Biafra Superstars Media. Biafra Superstars Media. I will open a brand new channel. They cannot shut my voice. Because this is something we see every day happening in the Western world. They come to take loan. The same office, then go to type something when they want to do. What about the planning team? Don't you have a planning team? No. They'll be in the office, they type them. We shall do this, we shall do that. Let's continue. Listen.
We've gone past 6 states, as I speak to you. We've gone past it. And like I said, the portal we opened is for all the states, and all of them are onboarding. We've gotten close to 400 and something thousand vulnerable women there already. So I can't take myself back to 6 states when we've moved on long time before now. So what we are talking about right now is how to get to all the states for every vulnerable woman to be carried along in Nigeria for Women project, which is what it is meant for.
All right. Thank you for that clarification, Honorable Minister, because the document does state that the project is piloted in 6 states. But like you've said, you're looking beyond that. You're looking at all states. And I hope that, as you said earlier, in terms of keeping things tidy when it comes to the bookkeeping and so forth, I hope that this expansion will also allow for that that line of best practice to continue. But I'd like to go back to a statement you made about trying to focus on the vulnerable groups. I want to commend you for your intervention that you made recently when you
listen
of 100 orphans in Niger State. And I bring this up because you look at communities such as that in Niger State. Cultural practices.
Thank you.
But Minister, I'm not also happy. That this big loan by the World Bank, you do not know the 6 states. So maybe after this interview, if you can do a press release as regards those 6 states, because those 6 states are supposed to be the scope of work.
There you go.
For this deployment.
Exactly what I'm saying. The scope of the work. The deployment you're talking about is the first payment, initial fees, advance fee, as you used to do. Those that call it 419, the advance fee. But they call it the initial fee to the project. The first deployment. So, okay, we are giving you 100 million or 120 million for the first phase, a pilot scheme for us to have a taste of how the project will look like. Pick 6 states of your choice, or from your host country, we shall pick 6 states by ourselves. It's 2 ways. If World Bank, they are being strict, they will by themselves pick 6 states randomly. Then tell you to go and do the job, then come back with the results. When we go through your results, if we're satisfied, then if you've met all the KPI, all the targets, all the milestones, the short term, the medium term, the long term goals, but now it might be short term and medium term, all the task, your objective. If you have met your objectives in this 6 states that was piloted, then and only then can we now initiate the full payment of that loan. This is where most of you don't understand why Nigeria is still backwards. The follow-ups they do is the problem. They will go and host one small gathering, take pictures with a banner, the women empowerment something, empower, or power of women in society. All those things now follow-ups. To you would think you are just going to eat free rice and drink and juice. No. At the end of those workshops, seminars, or whatever, once they are done with it, the picture they have taken from that program, they will now forward it to the Nigerian government, the ministry, but not in this woman's case, because this woman, she's clean. Her hands are clean. They will now forward it to the department. The department will now put it in their file to present to the creditor, the person giving them the loan. So, okay, the pilot scheme, this is what we have done. We have spent 100 million. This is what we did. This is what we did. We empowered the women. There was a workshop. There was a seminar, a symposium about this. This is a think tank group. We had all these things. These are the proofs. They will show those pictures, videos, keynote speakers. And before you know it, they have scammed you. Those of you that went there to go and chop biscuits, you are also part of those used to scam Nigeria, not even the Western one, because it's a loan that must be paid back. It's a loan that must be repaid. So you are the ones hurting yourself. Your tribalism is hurting you guys. If you think you are doing the Igbos or whatever, you are wasting your time. You are doing yourself. Nigeria is a criminal state. So this question that Rufa Yosheni asked is very, very important. Very, very important. Take it back. Listen, please. Listen.
That this big loan by the World Bank, you do not know the 6 states. So maybe after this interview, if you can do a press release as regards those 6 states, because those 6 states are supposed to be the scope of work for this deployment. My next question will be, Minister, can we itemize line item how this $500 million will be disbursed? What state will get more? And what's going to be the breakdown? And also, have we factored how much will be lost due to bank charges, incompetence charges, and other charges like that, so that we have an empirical understanding of this fund?
God bless. You see, sometimes this is why I love to spar intellectually with this guy. Exact questions that you expect them to have it. Now, this woman, Uju, by her chance, she was being fair. She created a portal. That portal, if you type in expenses, it will show you how much they've spent. You know, charges, so this, so that was her plan. But unfortunately, she's not the one championing that project. It's a 419 project used with her own department. From her ministerial position, Nigerian government, they set this woman up. So when you saw her fighting, shouting, she goes to a seminar, she shuts it down. You guys don't understand why. She was doing that to safeguard Nigeria. You that believe in Nigeria, she was doing it to save you from the fraud about to happen. Perhaps at the end of this video, I will show you one of the seminars she shut down when the media was attacking her, insulting her. You guys don't understand why she shut it down. Is to solve this problem like Rufa just said. There must be a breakdown. A portal showing the breakdown of the expenses. Nigeria cannot work. Those who think Nigeria will work, Nigeria cannot work. It is a criminal enterprise. And to my Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, please, when Biafra comes, this kind of culture, this behavior must be washed away. It must be weaned off from our system. This is how they make their money in that so-called Nigeria. They become billionaires overnight, and you're wondering how. This is the fraud they do in Nigeria. A criminal country, an enterprise created by Britain. Oh my God, man. I feel like shedding tears for those deaf, dumb, and blind that still believes in Nigeria. You are going down, 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 down in a spiral. Nigeria is gone. This woman, she tried her best. She goes to a seminar, she shut them down. She goes to a workshop, she shut them down. She goes to, a program, she shuts it down. And you were insulting her. You didn't see what she was saying. Just because she could not call a spade because it involves those in higher places. They used her department to go take more money, and they were not helping her with the money. How can you use my department to take a money, and the money, when it comes, is not being given to me? Being the Minister of Women Affairs, somebody else is doing something else. Taking pictures. Oh God. You guys in Nigeria, you disgust me with a passion. Tfiakwa. You disgust me. This kind of blindness I never saw before. This type of blindness I never saw before. Let's take it back. Very, very sad one. Listen.
And I bring this up because
take it back. Listen.
Look at communities such as that in Niger State and the cultural practices.
Listen to Rafa Hussein. Listen.
But Minister, I'm not also happy that this big loan by the World Bank, you do not know the 6 states. So maybe after this interview, if you can do a press release as regards those 6 states, because those 6 states are supposed to be the scope of work for this deployment. My next question will be, Minister, can we itemize line item how this $500 million will be disbursed?
Okay.
What state will get more? And what's going to be the breakdown?
Okay.
And also, have we factored how much will be lost due to bank charges, incompetence charges, and other charges like that, so that we have an empirical understanding of this fund?
Thank you.
It's never a good time for your
500 million. we don't do anymore this
fund.
Listen.
Thank you. The 500 million, we don't do anymore. This state will get more from this state. Anything we are doing in Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, we divide it by 37, and that is how it is shared. Those 6 states, like I mentioned, the $100 million was not them. There was no machines given to them yet. We just gave them machines through the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He provided a loophole in this thing, and we're able to give them some machines to 16 states, including FCT. So I don't really want to look at them that anything has been done for them, because they just organize the women and they have a box where they put in money that's saving 50 naira, 200 naira. That one has been cancelled as far as I'm concerned. The new way now, that why they got onboarded in the portal, they all have their accounts. Even if you can't sign, you can thumbprint, you have your account. So any money that will be saved, and they're only going to be given a free POS to be able to be saving their money through their account. So because we are in a modern world, we can't take ourselves back to olden days. And not only that, every state now will be entitled to economic sustainable empowerment. That is what instruction President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said to me. And he said, don't even over-labor my women. Give them these machines to make things easier. Give them modernized tools for farming, like the First Lady is already doing it so well. Give them modernized this thing for farming. Get them into farming, which I am already doing, because we farm rice in 500 hectares of land. And we had to bring in army to it to secure the women. Even in the KK, Napepe, we put them inside army barracks. Not that they're all army barracks, army wives. We put them inside barracks to start the operation. Because if we start scattering this anyhow, it will fail before it starts. So Nigerian women will be given sustainable machines. If you're into rice, we'll be giving rice milling machines, the chaffing, the stoning, and all that you need.
$500 million, madam. $500 million. Oh, God. Hey. 500. Look at what they're saying. Basic stuff. Low-hanging fruits. Keke na pep. This rice mill and sewing machine. Keke na pep. Sewing machine. Can you imagine this? Minor things that you can do. Minor projects you can do. The main one, $500 million. Convert it to Naira now to see the value. That's how these guys, they get rich. She is not even aware about the 6 states. Because what they did was they used their office. That's why for those who are going to become politicians, you are begging to have a position. When they give you to become a minister, you bow down and you worship the governor, the president, for making you a minister. You go to church and you give thanksgiving. Come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see, oh, come and see. Bianule, oh, bianule. Come and see what the Lord has done, oh. Come and see what the Lord has done. A time for you to walk. You are going to thank God and Jesus. Because you want to be a willing tool to be used. But in the case of our sister here, because she's a lawyer, she tried her best. Said, no. I must come up with a portal. For those who don't know a portal, it's like a platform where anybody that is doing an FOI, Freedom of Information, you will go to the portal. If you log into the portal, you ask any question, the portal will give you the information in real time. That's how it's done in the Western world. If I want to know what my council is doing, my local government is doing, my mayor is doing, my governor is doing, I can go to their portal and I will see their expenditures in real time. And if they dare expend any money in a fancy car, they're in trouble. If they spend anything to renovate their house in the Western world, they're in big soup. They won't get the vote again. Portal is important. The portal, that platform, It is important. So what she did, in hindsight, say, okay, make her not allow these guys to use me. I will be professional. She went to create a portal in hopes that when this $500 million comes in, when they come in we go begin give accounts. It will become a robust ministry. You can do a lot for the women that want to go into IT, those that cannot go to university. You can teach them computer, because sometimes in the Western world, you don't even need a graduate degree to become a computer guru. Look at in India now, everybody is doing IT there. That's where the money is. You empower them, you give them free classes, free training, all those things, free courses on IT, on whatever. Empower the women. That's how you really empower them. You pay for certifications. When they do their exams, they become certified to become experts in a field of study. That way they can now compete with the whole world. That is how you empower somebody, not giving them fish. You don't give them fish. You don't give them 5,000 naira. You don't give them 100 naira in your pocket every day as they are doing in the zoo. That's not how you do. You teach them how to fish. You empower them. You train them. You school them. You give them the skills, the technical know-how. You take them into the field to learn. You bring guys to coach them, to become helpers, to become coaches. This is how it's done in the Western world. Why can you not do it in that zoo called Nigeria? Why are you guys mad, stupid, and blind in that zoo called Nigeria? Why are you guys backward? Why do you believe in the Stone Age in that zoo called Nigeria? All you want to do is give them 10 naira, amajiri. They bow down and worship you. Our sister here must be respected. Our sister Uju tried her best. They call her a mad woman, the media, because you guys sometimes, you are shallow thinkers. Do you think anybody would just go to a meeting or a seminar, a workshop, and shut it down? No, because she knew what they were trying to do. She was shutting them down because they want to use her office. Those that took the 500 million, they won't go behind her back, send some women to go do a seminar, take pictures, put the picture in the portfolio. They will now tell the UN, Western world, and the World Bank, say, we have done everything. This is the proof from the Ministry of Women Affairs. Look at all the women, the beautiful women, they came. The other time we saw somebody who gave out computers. They took pictures of the computers and they took them back. Them take back the computers after they have done the photo shoot. Make una open na eye. Nigeria, you guys, you are blind, you are deaf, you are dumb, you are stupid. You are foolish and stupid. You are myopic, you are shallow in your thinking. And that nonsense will end. This is why we are saying we want out. The Biafrans we want out. We are done with that so-called Nigeria. Our sister Ojukwu, Bianca Ojukwu, please. We are begging you, don't be used. Don't be used like our sister here. Our sister, she stood up fighting. She fought the good fight. At the end, because she wasn't playing ball, they had to take her out. To call a spade. Whenever I check your zoo, all the ministers, she is the one who is always in the forefront. And she was fighting the injustice, the criminality in that so-called Nigeria. Today, they want to use our sister, Bianca Ojukwu. Our mother, Bianca Ojukwu. Please, I am begging you, shine your eyes. Don't forget, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, went to Finland. Not only that, Yusuf Tuga, he invited all the foreign affairs ministers from the Scandinavian world. They came to Nigeria to discuss EKPA and Biafra. They know the die is cast. They know we have crossed the Rubicon. And now, my sister, they want to use you. What an irony. That's the man that fought to defend Biafra in 1967. It is his wife that Nigeria wants to use against Biafra. But I trust my sister, Bianca. I know she's wise. I know she's not the type that will be pushed around. I know she's the type that will not be allowed to be used by the zoo government. Well, we shall keep on watching and observing. We shall keep on watching and observing, because the 2nd of December is at hand. In less than a few weeks, October is almost gone. In less than 6 weeks, we shall be in Finland to declare Biafra. In less than 6 weeks. And suddenly, the Tinubu government, they are now reshuffling. And they put our sister, Bianca Ojukwu, as the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, which means she's working under Yusuf Tuga. It means her boss is Yusuf Tuga. It means her leader is Yusuf Tuga. It means the one she needs to answer to is Yusuf Tuga. It means the one that will give her the assignment is Yusuf Tuga. It means the one that will instruct her on what to say is Yusuf Tuga. My people, let's continue. I will show you just one video of our sister, KENEDY, trying her best to stop one of the charade they call a workshop of women. When you saw those videos, you were laughing at her. You said she's crazy. You say she's power drunk. You say she's stubborn. She's so stubborn. No. She knew what they were doing behind her back. Because she told you in this video how they do fake things, symposiums and here and there, workshops, seminars, and they take pictures, photo shoots. They put it in a portfolio as a proof that they have spent all the money to educate the women. They did a symposium, a workshop for the women, a think tank group for the women. They paid the speakers to come and empower the women. She didn't want that to happen in her department. So whenever she gets a wind of a secret meeting, unapproved by her, she will go there and shut it down because she knows the plan. She has a portal already designed, set up for every expenses. But no, the zoo government were going behind her back. And when they see that she wasn't playing ball, when they saw she was being stubborn, shutting down events, they had to do what they had to do to relieve her of her position. Serve the zoo and return in shame. Serve the zoo and return in shame. But in this case, I will say respect to my sister, KENEDY. Ohanaye. She stood her ground. She went there to do a job, but now she has realized they will not allow you to do your job. Even when you go with clean hands, they will not allow you to do your job. And if you don't play ball, if you don't kiss ass, if you don't bend down and bow down to the masters, to the cabal, they'll kick you out. But respect to her, because she stood her ground. Let's continue. Then I'll wrap up by showing you this video. See for yourself all what she has said. She stepped up to shut them down, which was why they had to remove her from office. Let's continue. Listen.
The ceiling, so that you can seal it well, that we can equally export if we have more than enough. Then if you're in the south, we are giving them what they plant. You get machines according to what your land produces. So that's what we've already done to about 16 states, like I said, including FCT. So by the time we finish that and the farmland is going on, we are targeting from now till February next year to give Nigerians 15 million tons of fish. From our research, before we wrote down the new structure for Nigeria for Women project, we found out that Nigerians need only 2 million tons of fish for every human being in Nigeria to be able to afford fish to eat, which is a good protein. Now we're targeting 15 million so that we will be able to export 30 million tons of fish. That will make us one of the highest in export of fish in the world.
God bless you so much. You have spoken well. These were your plans, but it never came to fruition. She broke it down. The zoo, they need 2 million tons of fish. But she's looking, she was projecting based on the money coming in. I can put down some money to get 15 million tons of fish. Since we only need, or they only need 2 million tons of fish in that zoo called Nigeria, she will now empower the women to start to sell, to trade 13 million tons of fish. They will make profit, abnormal profit. From there, they can now reinvest, and through reinvestment, they empower themselves, their family, their community, and their so-called, I'll end it there. This is the thinking of a woman. A great plan, a master plan of just a little chunk of the money from the oh my God, $500 million, a chunk of the money, just small change. She has planned 15 million tons of fish. Let nobody insult this woman. She was the only one doing her job. She and a few of them doing their job. She didn't bow down. She had a plan in place, but she was shut down. Let me show you now the reason why, or one of the reasons why they knew she is now becoming a stumbling block by stopping the charade they were doing in that zoo. They host a fake workshop for women. They take those pictures. The main thing is the pictures. The photo shoot is the main thing. When they take the photo shoot, they will now take all those pictures, put in their file, a dossier, to go and meet those giving the loan. Say, see now, we have done all what you are supposed to do. We have empowered them. In this workshop, we spent 200 million. In this plane, in this seminar, we spent 100 million. That's the 419 they do. Let me show you in one of the occasions where she shut them down. But in the media, they were laughing at her. They insulted her. Sahara TV, they called her a power-drunk minister. They didn't understand what was happening. I knew it because I know the game these guys play when they come to take loan for Western world. I've told you the stories over and over again, how they come. These men you respect, they come to take loan and they are humble. They bow down. Young man, how are you? Are you from Africa? Young man, please help us. We need the loan. Please help. Those that you bow down to, when they come to Western world, they respect us. When they see a black man in the office, they respect us. At this point, let me show you one of the instances that our sister Ojukwu Kennedy did what she had to do. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
And anyone, as soon as this thing is printed and was given out there, that makes it a fraud. So that's why I'm standing here to explain this to everyone. She has been arrested. Huh. So that brings, she should have reorganized herself, used her name to make the invitation, and used her name to do this, not to use Federal Minister of Women Affairs. I can't allow this program to move on. I'm sorry about it. Police, because this is pure impersonation and the president is not happy about it. I'm saying it, let the media cover it. I don't care. You don't do this. You don't take the ministry for granted. For what? Where's that? You're done. You understand?
Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying? Hold it back. Take it back there. Take it back. Listen. 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 Listen, listen, listen. Hold it there, my people. Look at the dressing of the women in that auditorium there. In this video, we got it from Sahara TV. It was 2 months ago. And the title given by Sahara TV was How Power-Drunk Minister of Women Affairs Ojukwu Disrupted Events, Arrested the Event Organizer. I understand sometimes if you don't know what is in or out, the ins and outs, you might as well attack this woman with the assumption that she was being stubborn. How did she come to an event and shut it down? But I want you to listen to what she said. Listen to what she said. And look at the people that attended the event. Look at their dressing. This is a northern way of dressing. Not the Igbo. The Igbos don't dress this way. The Yoruba, to an extent, some of them don't dress this way. Look at the people, the women and the men. When the camera will pan left and right, look at the women and men, their dressing, their attire. You will now know those who run that so called Nigeria. That $500 million. It's not just the president. No. It's the cabal. They're also involved. And they thought they could use her ministry. But she showed them that she's not the type that will bow down and kiss ass. She came to do a job. But unknown to her, there was no job to be done. All you have to do is bow down, allow them to use your ministerial position to siphon the country. If you're ready, let's break it down just a little bit. Hear what she said. Listen to what she said again. Listen.
One, as soon as this thing is printed and was given out there, that makes it a fraud.
As long as this was printed and given out there, that makes it a fraud. This pamphlet, as long as it was printed and given out there, that makes it a fraud. I told you, that's part of the fraud they do. They make a dossier, they make everything and they file it up to send to where? To World Bank. To say, we have done it. The Minister of Women Affairs, we have done this, we have done that. But she's not aware. She is the minister and she's not even aware. But because she's smart, she went to the event to shut it down. Listen to what she said.
So that's why I'm standing here to explain this to everyone. She has been arrested. So that brings, she should have reorganized herself, used her name to make the invitation, and used her name to do this, not to use Federal Minister of Women Affairs.
Hold it there. She should have used her name to do this program, not to use the name of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. I told you this. You guys, sometimes I don't know. Is it poverty of the mind and brain that makes you that call yourself Nigerians, that makes you guys not to think? Is it poverty that makes you guys not to understand? Basic things you guys don't understand. You blame the Igbos, the Igbo must go, Igbo. Look at what we are doing here. We are exposing the truth to you guys. But they turn around and they blame us. Blame the Igbos, Omo Igbo. But look at this woman. She is standing firm and tall, standing strong and tall. Say, that woman who did it, she has been arrested. She should have reorganized herself. Use her own name to invite you guys, not the name of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. That's the 419 there. Because the pamphlet that she has there, the name Federal Ministry of Women Affairs is there. They will take the pictures. They will file all those things in a dossier and send to World Bank. Say, we have fulfilled our part. So she came there to shut it down. Watch the dressing of the women and men. Please, watch the dressing of the attendees. That will show you something. Watch. Continue.
I can't allow this program to move on. I'm sorry about it.
Boom. You see that they're dressing? You see how they dress? They just came to front. This is fronting. 419 game. They came to front. Not the Igbo, so not the Yorubas to an extent. I'm saying the dressing of the Fulani and the Hausa them, not the Igbos, nor the Yorubas to an extent. Let's continue. You see the man there, B? The Agbada. You see all those things. They came to front to pretend as if the Ministry of Women Affairs were doing this program. Let's continue.
Because this is pure impersonation and the president is not happy about it. I'm saying it, let the media cover it. I don't care. You don't do this. You don't take the ministry for granted. For what?
She doesn't care. You don't take the ministry for granted. For what? I don't care. It is impersonation. The woman who did this stuff, well, she's free. Nobody arrested because they sent her, the organizer of the program, they sent her now to do this job behind Uju's back. My anger is, you guys, you know this truth, or it's either you are blind to the truth, I don't understand. Or is it the hunger in Nigeria that has made you guys to refuse to think? Now you pray to God for your daily bread. In the Western world, we don't pray to God for daily bread though. I spend my time studying, researching, doing courses, becoming, qualified in different courses. Every month, I'm doing something to improve myself. So things like this, they are child's play. We can decode them. We can expose them because we know they are playing a game. So, man, in fact, I rest my case because sometimes things like this, you just wonder. They just want to hit the Biafra man for a reason. When you look at Nigeria, it's not working. It's a criminal enterprise. But you still say no. Blame the Igbos. Blame oh my God, have mercy. They blame us when we are showing them what is happening in that zoo. They say no. Blame the Igbos. The Igbos are the problem. She went there. She went beyond her job scope. She went the extra mile to go to a program and shut it down because she knows their initial plan is to complete this program, use everything they have there, take pictures, they follow up, and go and give the World Bank. Say, okay, we have done it. The 6 states, this is proof. These are the women. We've been to all the states, and they all came together to say they love what we've done. So now we have done our own part. We are ready to go and cover the whole of the country. And the World Bank will look at the pictures, the files, the who is who that came there. They can only go by what they see. They will now believe in them, accept them, and sign off the remainder of the loan. And you're wondering, Nigeria, that zoo, in the 21st century, you still don't have light. Ordinary light, you don't have it. But they're spending $500 million to empower the women. But you and I know, say, not even $1 million will be spent on the women. That's why our sister, when to stamp our authority. But I hope she has learned from this. To the rest of you from Biafra that believe in Nigeria, you are begging for positions. We say to you, serve the zoo and return in shame. That's the gospel according to Nnamdi Kanu. Serve the zoo wherever you are and return in shame. But today I will say, my sister Oju, we love you. We respect you. You have not gone there to disgrace yourself. You have done something, what a noble cause. That's why I did this video, because now people are laughing. We saw the video, they were laughing. Thank God, she don't go. Thank God. No, you guys are thanking God because somebody who was trying to do things right was taken out. We saw the staff of the Ministry of Affairs, they were thanking God. Thank God, thank God, she has gone. Thank you, Jesus, she has gone. No. Uju, keep your head up. Keep your head up. I knew what was happening. I knew what was happening to you all this while. But that's why someone like me, I'm putting my all for Biafra. Lastly, my people, this video channel you're seeing, this YouTube channel or Facebook or Instagram, depending on where you're watching me, the Zoo government will shut it down. That's what they do to us, the Biafrans. When we expose them, they bribe YouTube, they bribe Facebook, Instagram to shut us down. But fear no more. If they shut it down, all you have to do is go back to YouTube. If you're looking for me, if you're looking for my channel and you can't find it, all you have to do, go back to YouTube, search Biafra Superstars Media. Type in Biafra Superstars Media and I will create a brand new channel. I'm doing this for the liberation of my people. I'm here to expose the devil, and I have done so. So my sister Oju, keep your head up. You've tried your best. Unfortunately, the zoo didn't bring you there to do a job. They brought you to use you. And to my sister, our mother, Bianca Ojukwu, please, 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 I beg you, learn from our sister, KENEDY. Ohanaye. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra Superstars Media. God bless you.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.